Ừ.
Hey, okay. Welcome to Text Prep 101. Okay, so this is going to be just a good little beginners friendly. Um, it's gonna be, let me see. This is gonna be a great little beginners friendly how to prepare your own tax return using online software. I know a lot of people go to these expensive tax preparers, and I am not trying to um not trying to undermine, tax preparers by any means. I'm just simply wanting to help, especially my audience of women who has went through divorce, heartbreak, through transitions with helping you restore your faith and your finances. And part of that is, you know, taking control of your spending habits. Whereas, I understand some you can go to some of those tax preparers and everything, and they can get you your funds. Some of them can get your funds quick, but you are paying a lot of money to do that. And that's why I preach so hard on budget and stuff like that, even when you feel like you don't have enough money to budget. You need to at least budget the money that you have coming in. You need to create a budget to even know how much money is coming in and then how much money you are short. If you are short, so you will know you could develop an action plan to get on a plan where, okay, I am short this amount of money, this X amount of dollars. I need to find some way or somehow to do something that's going to generate me more money so I can tackle and pay my bills, or pay my living expenses and all of these things. So a lot, and that is the misconception with a lot. And people be like, oh, it's not enough to budget. It's not enough. It doesn't make sense for me to budget because it's not enough to budget. And that is so far from the truth. You still need to create a budget. You still need to write down all the money that you have coming in and all the money that you have going out. That way, you will know you have your whole roadmap in front of you. When I go out into the community and talk to um educate about financial literacy, that is one thing that I tell the audience that I'm presenting to. A budget is just like a GPS. You want to get in your car and go somewhere where you don't know where you're going. That's the same thing with your money. You just letting it come into your bank account or your cash account or whatever you use. Because I know a lot of people use Cash App these days, and um, I forgot the other thing off the top of my head, but they use these different little app things anyway. And we have to have a way of knowing the amount of money that we have coming in and the amount of money going out. Write all your bills down. I did my kids like that. Before even they left home, I gave them I set them up with, their own little credit card bills. And then like even my son, I had him to pay, like a utility bill or something when he was still staying with us and he was working. But nonetheless, let me focus on what we are talking about tonight. And tonight we are talking about preparing your own taxes so you can save some money and invest that money in somewhere else, like your business or anything like that, or opening up in a business or investing. It's a lot of things that we are going to be doing in this Purposely Rebuilt community. So, yes, with that being said, let's get to it. All right. So, why file your own taxes? I already have said one of the ways is to save money. Is skip the this slide says 200, but no, I have seen and heard people are charging up to $650. And that's for simple returns. And I'm like, what? Come again? I had I have a corporate client that I do tax returns and stuff for. And one of their customers told me that they went to a said name tax company and they wouldn't even they only had like a simple W-2 and they paid this company like $500. I'm like, wow, just for a simple W-2 return. Come on now. Guys, ladies, I am telling y'all that you guys can do that yourself. Ladies, sis, if you have just a W-2, I don't care if you have multiple W-2s. You can do that yourself. Okay. Using software, using this professional softwares that is available readily online. We can do that all on our own. You could do that on your own. Okay. This will allow you to gain control of your financing and understanding your finances better, and especially throughout the year. It allow you to do that. So it helps you gain control because I have also known people to allow people to do their tax returns and um, they don't know what's going on with them. And then the person, you know, whatever they do, they fall off the face of earth. I don't know what happens to these people. But I had a client that I had a long time ago. She had contacted me Actually, I think it was last year she contacted me and was telling me about a situation where she had let someone do her taxes, and the lady was not responding to her. The lady, at first she something about she was gonna have to owe, and then the lady was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix it up where you don't have to owe and this and that," and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. My point is this, y'all. If someone is trying to doctor up your taxes and do things, you're gonna have to um account for that. And depending on how they doing your taxes, because if it's a professional tax preparer or um P10 tax preparer, and when I say P10, that's a paid tax preparer. If it's one of them doing it, they're gonna have to um account for it as well as you. Because at the end of the day, it's still your tax return, it's still your information they are utilizing and sending this stuff to the IRS. This is your financial health, if you will, in the hands of somebody else that's saying that they're going to hook you up. That is another reason why I stopped doing taxes for everyone, because I don't have time, for people that to stress me out like, well, oh, so and so said they can give me this. Okay, well, go to so and let them get you whatever they promised that they was going to get you. Yeah, I've been in the mortgage industry, and I will tell you this. A lot of scamming that was happening in the mortgage industry that caused the 2008 crash. Um, a lot of those people went from doing things in the mortgage industry and went to the tax preparers industry and started doing some strange for some change. And baby, I don't have time for it, okay? That's why I don't do taxes for everyone. It's just, yeah, it's so draining. And you just, as a Christian, as a person that is wanting to be do right in the eyes of the God, you should want not to lie and cheat on your tax return. Get what you're gonna get and be happy with what you're getting. You shouldn't want anybody, oh, let me work this pencil, let me work this out. And then, if it's something that somebody can do legally, and like there are what they call tax strategists. Now those people know the law and they know how to get around certain tax laws, and they know tax codes and stuff like that. I'm not talking about those people. Those people know what they're doing because they know the tax laws and the tax codes. I'm talking about, Diamond Diva's tax preparing services that's going, I hope that ain't nobody's real business name. I'm just throwing a name out there. I'm not trying to shade nobody. But I'm talking about those people that are just trying to do um, some pencil whipping and doing some, scheming and demon. That's the people that I'm talking about. We don't want to do that. We want to have the most accurate return that we can. So at the end of the day, IRS ain't coming, it's not coming after you. You can rest good at night, not know, because let me tell you, I tell everyone the IRS is the wrong person to have to owe. You don't want to have to owe them. You don't want to have to be involved in an audit with them, because let me tell you, they are the only people that can get your money before you can get it. They are, let me tell you, they will garnish your wages and freeze all kind of stuff. Freeze your wages, your bank accounts, all of that. Child support can do it too. But I'm saying the R and the S, they are really, really powerful when it comes down to when you owing them money. So, y'all, a lot of these softwares out here, they can help you with having a accurate tax return. Um, let's go. Or let me just go. Okay, so first, y'all, what y'all want to do is gather your tax documents. We want to gather our tax documents. Most of us have W-2s. Most of y'all will have W-2s. Some people will have 1099s, and there are different type of 1099s because a lot of people are doing, contracting work, a gig work, DoorDash and Uber and things of that nature. If you're doing those type of things, you will receive a 1099 NEC, which you are considered a, self-employed person. And self-employed tax is it's a little costly. That's why I do preach having a actual business, but we're getting that to another day. But self-employed tax is it's expensive. It's a 15%, 15.3 if I'm for percent self-employed tax, because that's gonna be your yeah, that's gonna be your yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now and I don't know why. But anyway, self-employed tax is going to be your Social Security and Medicare and stuff like that, and your federal taxes. But anyway, you want to have your receipts and stuff like that if you know donate, especially if you do any of those gig work and stuff like that, you want to have that too. So you want to just gather all your documents, your tax documents, anything that you use, any income. So like I said, your W-2s, your 1099s, things of that nature. I'm gonna keep it light. I can go deeper into that, but I'll probably do another video about that. But that's the first step, gathering all of our documents. Now, y'all want to choose the right software. There are many softwares out there. There's TurboTax, which is very user friendly. It even has AI guided. Um, I am very I like to talk about TurboTax because I feel that they platform is very user friendly and it guides you very well. That it's a free text USA. That's another one. I don't know too much about that one too well, but I do know that they do um allow you to do your taxes on their platform as well. And it's supposed to be free also. Um, and also Tax Act. Tax Act is free if you have like a basic return and no dependents and stuff like that. I used to use Tax Act 2 years ago when I first started doing my own taxes. Oh my gosh, it's been so many years ago. I um I used Tax Act to do my tax returns. And I I started using TurboTax to do my taxes as well. But I used to use a preparer's tax software also. But anyway, but I tell anyone either TurboTax or TaxAct. Those two I have used. I have I know their platform is kind of, it will guide you to entering the things in the right places and stuff like that. And it's low to minimum cost. Um, I know TurboTax has it where you can hand off your tax returns. They have actually started doing full service where you can just give them your tax documents and your information, and they'll do your whole return for you. And it's still cheaper than going to one of those tax preparers, out there in the tax world that's, getting, anyway, hitting people over the head. But, so those are three different online tax softwares that you can use that will that can help you go through the process of doing your taxes yourself online. And I know TaxAct and TurboTax have, but I know for a fact that TurboTax have help that you can call if you need it to ask questions. All right. So with all of these, you will actually need to create an account to start using their software. You have to create an account, put your information in, um, your email, your name, your phone number, all that good jazz, and just to get started. And it's a matter of minutes, and most of them you can just upload your W-2s, or you can take a picture of your W-2s, and it will like extract the information off of your tax documents and put it in the software, which is pretty cool. It will do that for you. And um you can um yeah, it's so easy, y'all, for like a beginner to do it. I know you might get like kind of tripped up on some of the questions when you move along. But let's go. Yeah. So you just want to put in your tax income documents. Like I said, the software can extract those things, extract it for you, and you just make sure that even though it is extracting it for you and inputting it in there for you, you still want to make sure and double check that everything is complete, everything is accurate, and that that's in there, that is putting in on the tax return, because the software is doing the work and putting everything where it needs to go on the actual tax forms that is going to be transmitted to the IRS. So you want to make sure that information is inputted correctly. So it's going to input all the information off your W-2s, off of your 1099s. Even if you have, this is a little bit more advanced, if you have interest or dividend statements and stuff like that. Um, and even when you self-employed, you can also, you know, put in your income, your weight, your earnings from your business, as well as you can put in your information for your expenses. So you could, because that's going to develop your Schedule C. So all my gig workers, the ones that's doing, DoorDash, Uber, and stuff like that, you want to, since you have that 1099 that you're gonna want to make sure that you keep all your receipts, your gas, or you find a way to log it. I know DoorDash have a way where they even keep track of your mileage, because you want to do that too. You want to have your mileage, you want to deduct those. That's all a part of deductions as well, for business side. And since you are self-employed, that is typically a sole proprietor, So you want to make sure you have those your expenses, so it can that it can offset some of that income that you are making from doing those type of jobs. Because like I said before in the beginning, self-employed tax is expensive. It's over 15%. So you want to have something that's going to offset that. Um, And these softwares, they can catch, um, they will allow you to even claim like different deductions and stuff like that, like the child tax credit and the um the child tax credit, the dependent care credit, the earned income credit, um, and then also to piggyback on it, there's different filing statuses too that also will let you get a standard deduction as well. You have your single, you have your head of household, you have your married filing jointly, you have married filing separate, which is that's the worst kind. They don't let you get too many good benefits. With a good, it kind of limits your credits when you have that status, the married filing separately. Also, what else? You want to, there are different other credits like that happen with this new um bill that just came out, the big beautiful bill that people don't know about. There's a overtime premium deduction that you can take advantage of that kind of gives you some it cuts some of that because most time that overtime get taxed a lot, but it gives you credit for that overtime that you work at your job. So that's a new deduction that you can take advantage of. And also, they have tips that you can take advantage of as well this tax season. So I'm going to bring something up about the overtime because a lot of people was is taking advantage of that as well. So let's go over that. Let me look at let me tell y'all about this one real quick. Okay, so I just like to use, TurboTax. They have a really broad database for knowledge. Wonderful. So basically, the overtime deduction, if you earn overtime at work, you may be eligible to deduct up to 12,500 of qualifying overtime expense on your federal tax return, and up to 25,000 if you're married, filing jointly. It does phase it out a little bit here. So I wish I had a could do a tax return to kind of get you see a example of it. I have a tax account that I was going to do as a demo, but this right here, the software, y'all, it guides you through it. I want to do the tax act. Let me see. Let's go to tax act and see if tax act have it. Let's see. Because this is the software for tax act. And they even have like, because y'all know a lot of those companies be saying, oh, we'll get you your refund advance and 24 hours or 48 hours and 2 days or whatever. These online companies is starting to get take heed to it, and they're offering it too. Now, this is Tax Act. They are very transparent. They tell you can file for free. If you have W-2 and unemployment, and you're student, you can do that. And then you could do states are additional on here, as well as with TurboTax states. You could do your state return on there as well. It's additional fee for it. Then also, this is kind of how TurboTax have their stuff modeled. They have a free, a deluxe, a premier. They kind of, took a little swag from them because they didn't have this years ago. They when I was using them, and we're gonna just go to TurboTax for fun, y'all. We're just gonna do this, and oh, let me just get that out of there. Okay, so TurboTax, they be trying not to let you see too much, but um they want you to get in there and start playing around. But if you go on here, they have free tax filing, they have deluxe, they have self-employed and investor filing, and they also have filing for free for military members as well. Let me see if it give you. Okay, so it has a free edition. It tells you the free edition. And let's see. I got it. Okay. Let's see. They didn't even got their comparators on here, y'all. Free Text USA. Okay, so let's see if it gives us any other information here. So yeah, I told you they have the free. TurboTax has the free, the deluxe, and what they have is the premium. And the premium, you could do all your self-employed stuff in here. Oh, they even have it where you can even do K1s and 1065s. That is a lot. That's a little bit more advanced. K1s is for it's business and trust and things of that nature. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? Um, let me see. Remember I talked about the Schedule C. That's a profit and loss for a business. Um, And when you have like a LLC, if you don't have a certain taxation for LLC, you're going to also still use a Schedule C. But when you have a corporation, you are going to use a 1120 form when you have a corporation. Let me see, y'all. Hopefully I'm not going fast. I'm just trying to find something on here. Um, I was trying to find and see if they had will give you the pricing. Okay, let's see if it gives you pricing up here. Okay, here we go. It gives you a range, but I was trying to get the pricing so you can kind of see, compare to see which one and that you would want to go with. TaxAct, they give you, they're transparent with, what let's see, okay, and each state is 39.99. And I know with TurboTax, it's pretty much the same. So you could do it yourself, which you're not going to get any help or anything like that. Just the little guides and stuff like that they have throughout the software. You can get that. So you could do it yourself. It's starting at 0 all the way to $80. Let's see if it gives you how much the state. And like you say, the state is going to be 3120 um, for the state tax return. Then if you want help, if you want somebody to look over it with you or somebody to you know, review it, file yourself with on-demand expert help, you can have expert help with TurboTax. And it's unlimited uh advice and limited on-demand advice from Intuit tax experts with an average of 12 years experience. Tax experts perform a final 100% accurate guarantee review of your return before you file. Also, like I was telling you guys, they have came and they started doing the full service where you just hand off your tax return to them, and it's $150 plus state, which is still more, it's still cheaper, more affordable than paying someone, over $300 or upwards to $600 just for a simple tax return. Okay. So even they have it here for self-employed um contracting. They have it where you can 70 it's pretty much $75 plus state is additional. Um oh, look like they have it do it yourself or get an expert help as well. So let's see what it says here. Like I say, y'all, all of these expert assist. So it's starting at $25 is what it says. So, okay, you can get a credentialed professional to help you. So they kind of modeling after oh, look at that. They modeling after TurboTax. Okay, TurboTax got some competition, honey. But I'm showing y'all all this just to tell y'all that you can go to these different people. You can go and get additional help without being, you know, sh- so much money being, involved. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all get, save some of your money. Um, and I get it if it's you have to have someone to help you. If you have to have that expert, like, because if your taxes is a mess and what have you, and you don't know what was done last year or how it was done, and you need somebody just to get in there and do it for you. Now that's when those fees do add up, because I would not suggest, having someone online or like one of these tax softwares, because they are not going to be able to really help with like the nitty gritty going back and forth if you have a heavy tax situation going on. But if you don't have nothing heavy, nothing pressing, nothing that is like just, oh, you gotta um have somebody hands on to really dig in and get in your tax situation deep, you can use one of these tax softwares that will help you, because nine times out of 10 it is um it'll save you a lot more money, and you can use that money to put somewhere else. But I just wanted to show y'all um, these different options that you have, these different softwares. And I think we had, what was that other software? Free. Um, what was the other software? I think it was Free Tax USA. I never used this one, y'all, so I cannot vouch for it. But I have heard that people do use this, and it's the file your return directly with the yeah, with the IRS. Let's see what their pricing and products look like. Well, you just have to, I guess, go and see. I have a W-2. I have dependents. I have donated. Let's see, I have a home. Oh, okay. I'm a student. Well, it's trying to bait you in from what it looked like. Let's see. I have 1099 income. Yeah, I don't know about this one. See. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all some of these softwares that you can use. TurboTax, TaxAct is one that you can use. that you can just input your information, input your data, your W-2s, 1099s, and it's gonna help do the work for you. Because now, let me tell y'all, that's what the tax preparers are doing. A lot of them, especially when you go to them box store places, they just, give their employees some little training or what have you, and then they just put everything in the system and let the software do the work. And that's what a lot of them do. So, yeah, you can experiment on yourself is what I'm saying. But okay. So, yeah, like I want to tell you, these softwares can help with getting catching some of those glitches and stuff like that. I have went over a couple of the deductions and stuff like that. Uh, like I say, the software can run these checks and stuff like that for you, and catch some of the errors that may be on the return. Also, if you need expert help, we've seen that with two of the softwares. If you need expert help, you can chat with somebody, you can call somebody, things of that nature. So everybody is doing. Let me check my notes, y'all, just to make sure that I'm not. Okay. Yeah, we did go over the overtime deduction, the tips. Also, another deduction that is new this year is the it's car loan interest. You can you can now deduct the interest off of your vehicles on your tax return. Um, Let me see if they have more, because I know that is something that's very, very new this year. And when I was looking, it said basically that the car had to be new, but um, uh, if it's gonna, let me tell you something. If it's Everybody should be able to gain from that. That's what I'm saying. But it's available. The federal car loan interest is available from 2025 through 2028 tax years. With that big beautiful bill, you can be able to deduct up to $10,000 of car loan interest per year. Um, but it does phases out as well. So, y'all, um, I want to. But also another thing that big beautiful bill with that car loan interest, your car, it does have stipulations like your car, the final assembly of the vehicle has to be in the US. So that it's certain things that to qualify for it. Um, um So yeah, it has to be driving mostly for personal reasons and things like that. So it's just different little things that and like I say, when you go to through some of these places like the TurboTax and the Tax Acts and stuff like that, you can yeah, everybody is using Google, but they have blogs and help documents, help that you can go on their website and get, and that can help you with those these different type of questions, these different type of bills, like these deductions and stuff like that. and just educate yourself and read on the different things that, okay, let me see, let me get, say an example. Okay, if I go to school, um, use that as a deduction? Yes, you can. That is a deduction. You do have, most of the schools will give you a 1098T. And then if you have expenses outside of that too, you can also add that as well on your tax return too. So it's just so much, so many things that you can get a tax break from. You can get a tax break from, if you pay mortgage interest, you pay on property taxes, medical expenses, um, registration fees. Um, so yeah, it's quite a bit. And like I said, I would implore you to like use um like even AI to help you with some of the questions that you may have. And you don't just have Chat GPT. It's Chat GPT. You have Claude. You have Google Gemini. All of those are large language models that have a lot of data. It's like Google on steroids. So it can give you the data that you need just by plugging in your questions. And you can go down a rabbit hole, but most of them, if you do deep research, they would give you links and everything to different websites so you can go on that on your own. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, sis, we need to get to the point where we are educating ourselves on a lot. I know a lot of things that we still gonna need with help and everything, but a lot of times, y'all, we can do some of these things on our own and be good. uh Let me see something, y'all. I'm trying to look at something. Let me see if I can even do a demo here. Um, but yeah, we have to, especially when you navigating this world, you want to be able to, um, especially after navigating after divorce or whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that you're getting educated on things because I know a lot of women, they let their husbands do a lot of the, work with the finances or what have you. I wasn't lucky with one of those ladies that I had to worry about this and get this and do that. And yeah, it was just a hot mess, but I had to do everything in my marriage. So give me one moment. I'm trying to get so I can show y'all at least what the TurboTax one look like on the inside. So I can show y'all kind of what it looks like because I had a demo account that I set up. Let me see if it will allow me to get in here. Okay, let me see. So skip. So, y'all, yes. So e-filing is the best. That's what people gonna do with when you go to these tax preparers. Let me make sure I know information on here. Hold on, let me see what's on here. Oh yeah, it's just a demo account. So if it is, it's not gonna be real. It's not real. So this is what it looks like when you log into the TurboTax software. Um Remember it was like, oh, start for free, start for free. This is how the interface look. It's pretty user friendly. If you start with your personal information, let's hit review and edit. And then what you would do, I was been playing around with this. You just enter your information in. Basically, let's say, this is a dummy person. Um, yeah, we put in just you put in your information, your address, your phone number, your social security number. It's gonna ask you where and I'm sure probably Tax Act does this as well. But if you didn't live in Texas, if you lived in any one of these states, you just choose what state you live in, and it's gonna allow you to do it's going to allow you to do what you need to do to get your state return done as well. And then you see how it has like these different little um question marks with a bubble. You can go there and you can look and see, okay, what is this? It has that throughout the whole um program. It has that throughout the whole program. So let's keep continue. Were you married? Was you single? Divorced? And that? Hey, I just said I'm single. Do you have any kids? If yes, then how many? Hey, I got 2 kids. Okay. Bam, you got kids. Then it's gonna ask you to start putting in information for your kids. Okay, is it your child or is it another? You can claim other people. You can claim your family members. If you got a mom or an aunt, a cousin, or what have you staying with you and you are covering their living expenses and everything, they can be as a dependent if they're not working or anything. So let's just say this down. It's a child. Okay, I'm gonna say her name is Mia Jones. Date of birth is 05/01 2000, let's say 2020. Let's say she 5 years old. Okay. And then Mia is my daughter. Does Mia live with you for the whole year? Yes. Did it even ask, what if Mia lived with if uh if Mia live with both parents, if she doesn't live with both parents, it just give you ask you different information because it's gonna want to ask if y'all have an agreement and all that because y'all know it gets messy when it comes down to claiming these kids on your taxes, okay? And was all that in the US? You said yes. Do you have a written and verbal agreement with me as other parent? You could just say yes. Who will be claiming her? Do I need is me or other parent is claiming me out, per your agreement? No. Okay. And keep it going. Then it's gonna ask you these questions. A lot of people get crossed up when it comes down pay for more than half of their living expenses and other. This is for Mia. This applies to Mia. Mia is 5 years old, so Mia is not. So what does it mean for my child to pay most of their living expenses? For younger kids, it's very uncommon. So let's look at it. And it just see how I tell you, it tells you in these programs, you know. So you can say none of these, okay? Gonna ask, look at it, then it just bam, pump you up. How much money you can get. So we're gonna say that's Mia social. Mia qualifies as your dependent. See how that, and then did you pay more than half the cost to keep up your living? This is what help, and yes, this is what tells you if you're going to be your filing status, if you're going to be filing, if you single or if you head of household. This is only for people that it's not, and see how that calculator keep going up. This is only for the ones that are single and they're not married or anything like that. That's when you can file head of household. So there you go. Okay. Then let's see, we got another dependent. Let's see my child again. Okay, we're gonna call him Milo. Milo Jones. Milo was born, he a fresh baby, okay? He a fresh baby. Okay. Milo, my son. Did he live? Yes, he did. Was it in the US? Yes, it was. Yes, we do. No, he ain't. Okay. None of these. You see how easy this software is going to do it for you? And look at it. Bam. Get more money. You can have, what I'm saying is, it's how easy this is. And see, bam, got more money. Milo is your dependent. You continue. Yep, you pay half more than half the cost. And that's how simple it is, you know. Then you want to continue. And it's going to take you throughout the whole process of doing your tax return, right? Then, TurboTax, they try to upsell you. They very, very good sellers, okay? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna continue. You can continue without adding if you don't need help at this point. It's gonna ask you these different questions about your income. Okay, did you make any money from interest? No, I didn't. Did you make any money from dividends and stocks? No, I didn't. Did you receive any Social Security? No, I didn't. Did you sell any stock, bonds, mutual funds? No, I didn't. Did you control any foreign bank accounts? Nope. But see how this program can handle all of these too. If you're comfortable with doing it on your own, it can do that. Okay. So, y'all, this program will, you see, when you go to a tax preparer, you can get this amount of money, but they're going to take about $500-$600 of it because they know this is your biggest tax break and that you're not even really looking at. This is your biggest paycheck pretty much for a big sum of money. I ain't gonna say it's a big sum of money. So they know most of the people ain't even looking at how much money or how much money they're taking out because they still gonna have a nice amount of money left over. That is what they bank on. Okay. So we're gonna look at this. I'm just gonna review this. This is just a dummy W-2 that was in here. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna just leave that as those numbers. We're gonna hit continue. This is the amount of money that I made this year. See, this is gonna be this money coming off your W-2. You can um you can add this in, you could type this in yourself, or if you seen, let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back again. They even have it where you can upload and take a picture of this. I don't want to really start this because it's going to ask me to upload it from my computer or whatever. But that is, if you are, even if you have a phone, you could upload it from your phone as well. You can snap a picture and you can upload it, and the software is going to upload everything for you on here. So basically, what you want to do is just review. You want to just put this is for this purpose here. I'm just showing you how you can enter it in yourself, type it in, or you could upload it. Okay, you can hit continue. When you're typing it in, you have to put all the boxes in. Your box starting with your box one, your box two, you know, and then all the way. I hope I ain't going too fast because I do this a lot. So first you're gonna have to start with your employer information. That's what this first one is. You want to start with your employer information, their tax ID, and all of that good stuff. Okay, and their name, address, and all of that. And then you want to enter that stuff in if you don't upload it. Okay, and then you want to hit continue. Then since in Texas we don't have states, but if you are in one of those states that do have that takes state income tax, then you want to put that's going to be on your W-2, and then you're going to want to put it in here as well. So I know Georgia has it, Alabama, all these other ones, mainly all these other states except for Alaska, Texas, Florida don't, Nevada don't. Um, but anyway, we ain't gonna take my time on that. But it's just self-explanatory. If you're in a state that does state income tax, you want to get locate that information off your W-2 and plug it in. Plug in the state employer's ID, the wages, and the income tax that was withheld as well. And some states, y'all, have like localities and like local taxes, and it's like very weird, but it's in some states like I believe Ohio is one, um Illinois, I think two, and Indiana, I want to say. It's different ones. It's a quite a few different ones that has those locality, which is like um your the county and all of that. It's kind of weird, but I'm not gonna make this too difficult. Okay, and y'all, remember what I was telling y'all about that overtime deduction? The overtime, it even tells you a little bit about that as well. If you have overtime on your W-2, it's gonna be on your box 14. So it's called the that's included in the Working Families Tax Acts, tax cuts. As you know, the one big beautiful bill that was passed. Okay. So this gives you a deduction for the overtime that you work, as well as like this is another one I was telling y'all about, the tips that's not reported on your W-2. Okay. Some of um let's just do this. Let's see here. So let's say unreported tips. Um, I don't want to make this too complicated, so I'm trying to see if I even want to put this in here. Let's just say um I got $500 in tips. Let's just say that. Okay. All right. So you got $500 in tips. Okay. And then let's see. Let's hit continue. But did y'all see, wait a minute, when I did, hold on, let's take that out. Because I think, okay, so let's put that in here. Let's see, y'all. Mm. All right, so y'all, let's do the overtime. That's a better, let's do the overtime. So you can deduct up to this amount, right? Mm, so let's just say, um, they even will tell you, let's help you do it, right? So, uh, hold on, yeah. So help me calculate my overtime. You could do that. Or you could say no help is needed, right? And non-exempt and exempt. That's what it's going to ask you. Non-exempt only mean you're an hourly employee. Exempt mean you're a salary. So we're going to say non-exempt. We're hourly, okay? Okay, so let's just say I had $2,700 in overtime. Let's see. And see how it gives you some more money there? See, that's a deduction for overtime. That's your overtime deduction. So, like I say, y'all, the softwares, they are it um the software kind of take you through it. And look at it. Expert exists. It gives you a price once you inside, right? Remember, we was trying to look at for the prices, but TurboTax, they don't want to give you the price. So they trying to hide it from their competition. That's what they trying to do. I see what they doing. So it is gonna keep on asking if you want to upgrade and stuff like that. But you ain't gotta do all that. You could just do what you need to do and keep it pushing, right? Then just ask you different questions. Did you own a foreign bank? You could say no. Well, did you own assets in a foreign bank? It's gonna ask you these different questions. And I always tell people, if it doesn't sound like you did it or it pertains to you, just say no. A lot of people make it real harder than what it is. Did you have crypto, NFT, NFTs, or other digital assets? No. Then there you go. You're gonna find your different tax breaks. And like I told y'all before, you can continue with the standard or you can help this diet. But see, say for instance, if you just click standard, you can still go in later on and say, and it's gonna even ask you, okay, did I have do anyone in your family go to college, have any college expenses? I can answer later. Did you check to, let's see, do you want to check if you qualify for any uncommon deduction? I answer it later. Did you have the FSA, which is just a health savings account? No, I didn't. Make any student loan interest, which is a 1098E. No, I didn't. Did you use any money did you use money from a qualifying education program? No. And continue. This is a big one, y'all. If you go through the marketplace or the healthcare.gov to get insurance, you want to be careful with that. You want to keep all your tax documents, and that's a very important tax document to get. Also, some states too have it where they give out 1095 A's as well. Um, so if you have that, you want to make sure you keep that because that has like a healthcare premium that you have to report on your taxes. If you don't report it, your tax return will will get it will get um let me see. Hi, bye. Bye. Mhm. Mhm. Hey, Ivy. Oh, that's you. Okay. Okay, so y'all, like I was saying, you wanna make sure you keep that, and then also it's gonna show you learn more. This is a learn more button. They give you some additional information also about how important that having this 1098 form is, right? So this 1095A. So it's going to tell you why is it so important, right? Get back money you may qualify for as a tax credit that lowers how much you owe. A 1095A has the details to figure that out. Avoid mistakes. The IRS uses info from your 1095A to process your return. This helps prevent your return from being rejected and causing delays. Because like I told y'all, if you don't have this, the IRS have like a database with everybody social that has 1095A. Okay. So um you could just when it's gonna tell you when it's available, um what will what will I need to enter? It tells you what you need to enter. Um it just see it just breaks it down for you. And how do I access my form? And if your state isn't listed, you can find it on the healthcare. See, like I told you, different states have it. Covered California, Connect for Health, Colorado, Access Health, Connecticut. And I knew Massachusetts had it too because I remember doing a Massachusetts one, and they had one as well. So these different states will give you if you get like state issued healthcare coverage, they can give you a 1095A form. Okay. So for purpose of this, we kind of went all over the place, but for the purpose of this, we're gonna say no. Because that is going to give you it's a whole lot that you have to answer and stuff like that. Then it says what we have so far. This is what is telling you what they have so far. So um let's check for your child tax credit and dependent care credit. Now it automatically adds this to your return, but it also still gonna make you go through it, okay? And you um you get the child tax credit for having the child listed on your tax return. However, you also get a dependent um tax credit if you pay someone to keep your child while you work, i.e., um, your child care center, like your child daycare and stuff like that. And then it also, if you ever it asks you questions like this, um, I got a notice from the IRS saying a Form 8862 is required for child and other dependent tax credit. This basically means if you were ever disallowed, the IRS ever told you you cannot carry the or claim child tax credit. But if you don't know what that means, you just hit there, and it's going to tell you. Why should I need to fill out this? You would have received a letter from the IRS if you were excluded from being able to claim the child tax credit or other dependent tax credit for any year after 1996. If the IRS later restores your permission to claim these credits, you first need to complete the Form 88 62 information to claim certain refundable credits after disallowance. This basically means that you were disallowed. We can go and search Google for that. What does that mean? IRS Form 8862 information for certain credits after disallowance. It even shows you the publication. But we're going to go with Google Gemini and get the little handy dandy breakdown. What's the purpose of it? This form acts as a declaration that you now meet all requirements for the credit that was previously denied, i.e., you was disallowed. So this you would have to do this so you can be allowed to claim that credit for however long. And if you ever would ever receive that letter, the IRS will tell you how long you will have to file that letter in order to be able to be eligible for that credit. So that's a little technical, but we could just say no for these purposes. Um, and then they always ask you, was you a bona fide resident of Puerto Rico? Because Puerto Rico, uh, there's different um, there's different tax benefits for being a bona fide resident of Puerto Rico, even though it is a part of the United States. So we ain't gonna go all deep in that, y'all. I said I'm gonna this is a beginner friendly, so we are going to keep it friendly. So it just tells you you qualify for that. The earned income, it tells you that if you meet certain eligibility that you require for that. And that's the biggest two is this earned income and then the child tax credit and the additional child tax credit. So it just asks you this, did you live in the US for more than 6 months? Yes. Bam. And then it asks you this some other uncommon stuff. None of that apply to you. None of it applies because you can, when you're going through this software, you can read and look and see if any of these things apply to you. If it don't apply, let it fly, okay? Continue. And it tells you how much you are eligible for, how much you qualify for this particular credit. And these credits are being added to your refund amount with the child tax credit and with this earned income credit. Those are two major credits that people that have children, um, they can claim and stuff like that. And even if you don't have a child, you also still can get earned income tax credit. It's just different qualifications that will get you what you need to get. Okay, and then like look on here, if you feel like you forgot to add something, you can go on here and see if you can add more. Like I was telling y'all about mortgage interest. real estate property taxes. We just went over the child and other dependent credits. These earned income credit. If you donate to charity or donate to your church, registration fees. Remember, I told you about that car loan interest, personal property. That's big in different states, personal property taxes, education. I just want to show y'all um how easy it can be for, you can to go through this thing and, just really take your time and read through it. Cause like, already contributions, you could just the little circle. Remember I told y'all throughout this software, it gives you these little question mark circles. And even if you don't understand it from there, like let's say, um, let's do one like this. Okay, traditional route. Okay, just say you want to know information about that. Okay. And if you don't know with this, like I know the contribution this year is $7,500. So if you don't know that, if you don't know the limit, let me see if it tells you it's here. If it tells you different information here, and it tells you how do you qualify. Um, and if you don't get the information you need from here, you can always go what to BAM, Google. What is the IRA contribution deduction? Let me put that in here. What is the IRA contribution deduction? And it tells you here. And like I told y'all earlier, it's $7,500. And that's a lot of people that like some people that make more money and say if you don't have any, you know, children or things like that, you can contribute to an IRA to get a tax deduction. What was that? What is the IRA? And it tells you, you can even go directly to the IRS. I don't like to tell people about these different about the IRS because the IRS make it like impossible seems like to find the information that you need to look for. It's just like they don't want you to know what to look for. And they purposely do it like that. Like we just seen for the year of they still have it on here, 7,000. And yeah, I just don't like how I find stuff from here um because I know how to go through it and look at the different, publications and stuff like that. But and that took years of like really coming in here and, finding stuff and doing, but if you just go to their main website, look at it how they don't have it where it's easy for you to look for what you looking for. If I plug something in here, um, let's say overtime deduction. Okay. Where why I can't come on here and just get what I need to get? It has it, let's see, question and answer. Let's see what it tells us here. It gives you some information about the new, but it's gonna be so convoluted and just you just have to really like, I don't know. I just don't. You can do it if you want to, if you have time on your hands and all that good jazz. Have at it. But anyway, I don't ever like to go to their like a new person, beginner for their website because it overwhelms a beginner. That's what I'm trying to say. It overwhelms a beginner. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to keep this really light though. I didn't want to go over a lot with these taxes. So I'm trying to see what else did I have on my list to give y'all because as you can see, it's pretty cut and dry. And then if you go to uh, these two different places, they do have help. But if you're in the women's community, honey, let me tell you, I will let you know and guide you. If you have any questions or anything like that, I will help you if and that's part of being in the women's community because we are there to I'm there to help y'all. We there to um, you know, let's see, no. So it's just easy how it just goes through the different processes with this. And I just want y'all to, you know, go through it where you can to look nice. You're getting a tax rate upgrade. And even with you upgrading to the deluxe, which is it maximizes the deductions and stuff like that. The credits and deductions. It's still not $39.20, even $79 to pay for a software that will file your taxes, that will prepare your taxes and guide you through it and you can e-file and everything, it's still not a bad cost opposed to over $300, $600. And this is, you're getting all your money. This $10,000, you getting it all of that. You don't have to worry about getting, you know, none of, shy of, you know, if you went to some place that charge you $600, you still getting, $10,000, but you could have used that other, 500 plus dollars for something different, you know. So that's the reason why I wanted to just show how easy it is with using these different tax prepare softwares where you can get on here and do it yourself and pretty much keep your money um in your pocket. My oldest daughter, I showed her how to do it. I did it for her, like with her. I did it for her a couple years when she was, like teenage years, when she had a um little part-time job. And then when she got old enough and got her big girl job, I showed her a few times. No, I showed her how to do it twice. And then the last couple of times she did it on her own. And you know. But look how it just tells you different breakdown here. It tells, about the um different it gives just a little breakdown about your credits. Plus you're paying $8,620, $9 less on your tax return like taxes because of your credit. So it just gives you this a different breakdown of stuff. So like I told y'all, I just want to show y'all how it can be easy for you to do it and keeping, saving some of your money for yourself and not having to um give up your money, which a lot of tax preparers probably not gonna like me for, showing this or doing this, but hey, it is what it is. It's still people that's out there, just like with credit repair, it's still people out there that you could, even though they can do it themselves, they won't do it themselves. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and show y'all. Well, go log into the demo account and just give y'all some guidance and show y'all how easy it can be. And even when you go down to, let's go through here. It's gonna show you this software. It's gonna ask you. It loves to upsell. Let me see. And it always asks you these different questions. If you had a household nanny and all of that, we ain't got to, just no, no, no. But if you want to go slower and just, read over everything, you can do that. Let's keep going. I'm gonna show you one other thing. It's gonna make sure you confirm your date of birth and all that good jazz. Then this is the thing I wanted to show you before I stop showing the demo. It's gonna go over everything. It checks your return and the accuracy. If you have any details or anything that needs to be fixed, it's gonna point it out to you. And it's gonna be that. And it's gonna continue to throw me an error because this is a fake uh EIN, employee ID. I don't have a real one. So we're gonna keep it that we ain't gonna be able to go further and I ain't gonna be able to let's see what it says here. See, this is how smart this software is. It's not gonna let's see if it'll let me okay. It would just say, now we know all these nines ain't right. So see how it just gives it reviews your whole tax return. And it still ain't gonna let me really go farther than here. Well, it'll let me go to the end, I believe, but it still knows that it's false information in here. So, it gives you an overview. It tells you about your taxes. You see how you can like be in control of your own destiny, if you will, and of your financial situation when it comes down to your taxes with doing your taxes yourself and educating yourself about it a little bit at a time. You don't have to be a tax expert, but just knowing your own tax situation yourself. When I was in banking and I was doing my taxes myself, I wasn't a tax expert. I just like, okay, let me get on here and do my taxes myself and learn. Let me get on here and learn. And that's what I did. I got on here and I got on the software and I learned about it and I learned how to do it myself. So I didn't have to spend all that money going to those different people. So it's gonna let us go through this. See, Texas don't require, so it even tells you that. You can skip the state. And then let's check my return. See how it checks over it just to make sure all your federal return is in great shape. The software is not going to let you do like a real bad mistakes. So that's why I say it's might as well. But it will have you to upgrade. I'm gonna tell you that and then it's gonna continue to ask you, oh, you want this? Oh, you want that? But that's just marketing. So look, y'all, we're almost done. We're ready to file. And you just go through the process. This is how easy it is to do your taxes yourself in these different tax software, and you're able to keep mostly all of your money. You those few $100, those several $100s that you're giving up can go to something else. So it ain't gonna let me go any further because I'm not gonna upgrade and do all of that. But it will, yeah, this software, it will walk you through it. These different softwares out here. I only have a demo account for TurboTax. I should have did a demo account for TaxAct as well, but uh I did one isn't good enough. Okay, so yeah. From there, the next thing you would do is file electronically. And again, the software does that for you as well. So it sends it to the IRS electronically, and you with direct deposit, you can get your deposit in as little as 21 days. But if you have the additional child tax credit, it's something called the PATH Act, which is not going to allow you to get your um refund before um before February the 15th. So it's a refund delay when you have it's called the Protecting Americans from Tax Hikes Act of 2015. So this law is designated to prevent tax fraud and provide tax stability. Remember when I was telling y'all those scammers from the that was in the mortgage industry went to the tax industry? They started doing all kind of stuff with making up dependents, all kind of stuff. You see how it had in the IRS didn't catch it until 2015, and they were like, "No, we got to do something about this because it's money that we wasting. We can't we recuperate." Okay, so um. It delays the tax return. The IRS cannot issue a refund for returns that's claiming earned income credit or additional child tax credit before February the 15th, allowing extra time to verify data and prevent identity theft. So that's basically the reason for it is because they have to verify that those socials are true, those names and date of birth of those dependents are true, and even the people that for the earned income credit, making sure those people are who they say they are as well. So all right, y'all. So, and then most of them, for both of those ones that I showed, the TurboTax and the Tax Act, it's a try before you buy type of situation. So you you try it out, you go through it, and then if if you like the amount you see, you go ahead and file. You don't pay until you actually e-file. So that's when you pay. Um, and that's kind of how it is with the going to inside of an office or going to a tax preparer. Most of them, you don't have to, they take it out of your refund. Hmm. Give me, I had to drink some water because my mouth is dry. Okay, so y'all, this is pretty much the end of this tax training slash demo. So yeah, just for tips for a smooth filing experience. You don't want to wait to the last minute. Don't and you don't have to rush as well and be one of the first ones to file your tax return either. You just want to make sure that you getting your stuff in. Like right now, February is a good, time. The beginning of February, the middle of February, because if you one of the ones that have the additional child tax credit and the earned income credit, those won't even get processed until February the 15th anyway. Also, the IRS, if even if you file, let's just say if you file, the IRS started file, I think they started on January the 26th, even processing returns. Even if you would have started then and filed, the IRS will still hold your tax return until after the 15th. Um, if you had, the earned income credit and the child tax credit, the additional child tax credit on there. Okay, so you want to always keep copies of all your tax documents. I have a tax file for each every year that I have filed. I keep a hard copy and I keep additional copy. I know I overdo it. That's just what I do. So yeah, yeah, it's just different things on this one. Just beware of scams. The IRS will never initiate contact by email or text or social media. It's so much scamming out here, y'all. So it just be careful with that. And yeah, I just want to let y'all know that y'all can do this. Y'all can file your taxes yourself, especially if you have a simple W-2 dependents. You can do that yourself and put your little stuff in and keep all your money. And I get it if you don't have time or if you don't you just don't want to be bothered with it. Sure, cool. Let someone, maybe you want to that's a convenience fee, if you will, because you have the tools and you know how they know how to do it. You just don't want to do it. You're on your own. That's your prerogative. But I just want to show y'all that it could be as easy as just moving through the software and getting it done yourself and saving that money. Even if you were self-employed too, it's still, ways that you can, the software does do that for you as well. I didn't want to do a self-employed because that is like a little longer. I probably would do it, make it like a class and or a training and put it in the community or in the academy if because I do have academy coming too. And go in more depth of it. But yeah. I just wanted to keep this a little light, and it's probably already going longer than I wanted it to go because I wanted to keep it really I wanted to keep it really not short, but I didn't want it to be too long where you can't digest the content. So if anyone have any questions, y'all can always reach out. I'm gonna put this recording in the community and it's gonna be in the community. So if you want to reach out or if you have any questions, you can ask your question under this and I will answer it for you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming and thank y'all for staying. And yeah, if y'all have any questions, I will be here and I will be around.